Welcome back. As you've been probably hearing, there's a new COVID vaccine booster campaign underway as U.S. health regulators approved booster shots from Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. And now mixing and matching of these vaccines are also at play. So what does this all mean? Who is eligible? And which version should you get? Let's start by answering the question, who is eligible to receive a booster shot? Right now in the U.S., the FDA and the CDC have set a few eligibility requirements. If you received either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, then you may qualify if you meet any of the following requirements. You received 2 doses of the original shot at least 6 months ago. You are 65 years of age or older. You are 18 years age or older and have a medical condition that puts you at a greater risk of severe COVID infection. Examples: diabetes, kidney disease, or pregnancy. The FDA is actually urging pregnant women to get a booster. And finally, if you are a healthcare worker or you are part of a living or work situation that may increase your risk of COVID infection. If you received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, then you may qualify if you received the original shot 2 months ago or longer. If you find that you are eligible, you can go ahead and get your shot as they are now available. So if you are eligible or considering getting a booster shot in the future, which version should you get? Well, the information on this is kind of up in the air. The FDA approval as well as several studies all seem to indicate that it's safe to mix and match between Moderna, Pfizer, and J&J. As we know, Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are very similar and they are considered messenger RNA vaccines. However, they do contain different concentrations. We mentioned in last week's video about vaccine-induced myocarditis. We learned that Moderna has 100 micrograms and Pfizer 30 micrograms, which is a significant difference. Because of this, the Moderna booster shot will be given at a half dose and the Pfizer shot will be given at full dose. We also know that J&J used a totally different way of developing their vaccine, which is akin to a more traditional jab, as it uses what's called a disabled adenovirus. With that said, it may be beneficial to mix and match between the 2 different types of vaccines, as it could provide a more powerful boost towards immunity. But any booster dose will bring your protection to higher levels, so this may be a moot point. Again, it's still kind of up in the air. Some preliminary data does suggest the 15 million Americans who received the J&J single shot receive either the Moderna or Pfizer booster. This comes after a study by the NIH clinical trial, which found that after a booster was given to individuals who had received the J&J vaccine, the Moderna booster saw a 76% increase in antibodies. The Pfizer booster saw a 35% increase in antibodies, and the J&J booster saw a 4% increase in antibodies. The original vaccine series was intended to build on initial antibody response. But think of it as painting an antique desk. You may be able to do well with 1 coat of paint, or you may end up putting on a 2nd coat, or even a 3rd coat of paint to get the look you want. Same way with the vaccines. Some people have a great response to 1 dose. Most people need 2 doses of messenger RNA vaccines to get a great response. But we've also seen that some people may need a 3rd dose, i.e. a booster shot, to get that robust response. And that would include people who are immune compromised and may have underlying chronic diseases. The potential side effects and risk factors are another thing to consider when choosing a booster shot. For example, younger males between the ages of 16 and 30 seem to have a higher risk of developing myocarditis if they received either the Moderna or Pfizer jab. Therefore, younger males in that age range may want to consider a J&J booster shot. Younger women under the age of 50 might prefer to get a booster from Moderna or Pfizer because we've learned that the J&J shots are linked to a rare blood clotting condition. Additionally, some more reasons that the FDA and health officials have approved a mix and match system is to help ensure that there are enough dosages available for everyone. In this way, there would be less of a supply bottleneck for any one particular brand. A mix and match system might also ease the minds of people who worry about side effects. A person may not want to get the same vaccine if they had a reaction the first time. I know there's still a lot of questions in the air right now about these booster shots, and I think health officials are still figuring a lot of this out. So more to come on this topic. And as you know, we will be keeping our eyes peeled for new studies and information regarding these boosters. And we will be reporting that information in future videos. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And hit the like button if you found this helpful. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.